when I came in as mayor, the city of Houston was offering 450 summer jobs when I came in the first year. Fourth largest city, 2.3 million Houstonians. We said that wasn't going to be sufficient, so we increased that number in the first year, the first summer, to roughly about 1,100. And then that still was not enough because 1,100 jobs being made available, 450 coming from the city, the rest coming from the private sector, but we were getting like 8,000 or 9,000 kids applying. So we were way from having what we needed. The second year, we increased the goal to 5,000. And with the help of the private sector, still the city kept 450. The private sector stepped in, and we provided a few more than 5,000, but the demand in terms of kids applying was about 9,000, if not more. So we decided in the third year to increase the goal to 7,500. City's goal remained at 450. Private sector, the business community stepped in, and we met the 7,500 last summer, but the number of kids that were seeking jobs exceeded 10,000, okay? Because the word was out, and these jobs are made available to everybody in the city of Houston. So again, the number was increasing, but we still was not meeting the need. And so this year, what I said to my team is that we need to go a little bit higher. So the goal this summer is 10,000. That's the goal, and we anticipate probably about 13 or 14,000 applying, but that's a good thing because the reality is that there are a lot of kids throughout our city, not just the inner city, but going from Kingwood to Clear Lake and in between Fort Bend, that are coming on online and saying they want to work. And when we have kids, and these jobs are from, I think, 16 to 24. So when you have kids who are wanting to work, that's a good thing. Because if we can get them in, we literally, I believe, can really change people's lives. So Hire Houston Youth has helped build a more resilient city. There's been a whole lot of talk about building a stronger, resilient city, and Hire Houston Youth is about building a more resilient city, especially post-Hurricane Harvey. Youth in neighborhoods have a job and experience they can be proud of, and many of them live in complete communities, historically underserved neighborhoods of Houston. Some come even from middle-income families, and they come from all parts of the city of Houston. They are becoming productive citizens and contributing to the city and the community they were raised in. And if it wasn't for Hire Houston Youth, many of them would not have that opportunity. And let me tell you, it does make a difference. All of you know the story that I've told when I was growing up at Acres Home in my first summer job, and I was an electrician apprentice. And I didn't know what it was, but my mama said the guy was going to be paying. So I said, yeah. So he picked me up, and we went to the first house in Acres Home, and he handed me this wire and told me, meet me, son, on the other side. And so he started walking, and Paul and I started walking right behind him. So he said, where are you going? I said, you told me to meet you on the other side. He said, son, not walk with me. I need you to take this wire, go underneath this house, and I'm going to meet you on the other side. Now, as a kid, Father, I needed much prayer because what was going through my mind was not nice. So I said, you want me to crawl underneath this house? He said, well, son, how you gonna meet me? So I said, okay. So I got on my belly, and mind you, as electrician apprentice, I had on a very nice shirt. I had on some nice jeans and, my little tennis shoes. And I got on my belly and I started crawling underneath. And I met everything underneath that house. And it was muddy, and it was a lot of stuff underneath there. And by the time I came out on the other side, when I came out on the other side, the shirt was muddy, my pants were muddy, my shoes, and my face reflected how I felt. And so he looked at me, and he said, what's wrong with your face? You know, he said, it seemed like you got an attitude. I didn't say, now I knew better than say anything, so I didn't say anything. But in my mind, I said, just as soon as this day is over, you will have seen me for the last time. So I went home, and I told my mama, that's it, I'm not going back there. She said, what's the problem? I said, I don't like the job. I said, I don't like the job. I said, look at me. My old dirty man had me going underneath the house. I said, I didn't sign up for that. I said, I don't like that job. And so my mom said, that's fine. You don't have to go back. But tomorrow, she said, I'm going to catch this bus, and I'm going to go downtown. She worked at the Rice Hotel. And she said, and she was a maid at the Rice Hotel. And she said, I'm going to clean some hotel rooms of people I have never met, and they restrooms. And your mom doesn't like her job either. But your mom got to do it because I have all of you to feed. So I don't like it, but it's something that I have to do to make sure you all are fed. Well, I took my little butt back in the house, cleaned myself up, and the next day I had on a raggedy shirt and some other type of jeans that I didn't mind messing up, and I was back at it again. But literally, that job changed my life. And the story that my mom said just really resonated with me. And so these jobs literally can change kids' lives and not only provide them with a paycheck, but also instill in them the values that they need in order to succeed in life. And so the summer job, and what I would like people to understand, it's not just about giving a job opportunity. It is about investing in all of our kids, an investment that the city of Houston and others will reap a significant return down the road. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for participating in this program. The reality is that we're not going to meet our goal unless, for those who can do one job, great. For those, Councilmember Cisneros just told me that she's hiring 12. That's great. For those who can hire more, there are companies in the city of Houston that have hired as many as 400. I want to thank you. For the McDonald's and others who have shown their strong commitment to this program, not only hiring, but also providing people to help train our kids. Because it's not just about sending kids to companies. It's also about bringing them in early, providing them with the training and information that they need so that when we send them to you, they are much more prepared to be more successful and for you to recognize their value and for you to want to do it again and again and again. That's the significance of this program. This is a program that the city places a great deal of emphasis in, but the reality is, in the absence of the private sector, the business community, this program cannot be successful. So let me thank you for the investment you're making in all of our kids.